Boom. And we are live. Hey, what is up, everyone? Tyler Ramsbey here, back with another live stream on the HackTheBox Twitch channel, or if you're watching this after the fact, welcome to my YouTube channel. It is good to have you hanging out with me today. First things first, let me get Twitch pulled up on the side so I can monitor the chat. If you're joining on Twitch, what's up? Good to have you here. The first thing we need to do is we got to light our candle, right? I've shared this before. My wife makes fun of me for it, but I really like candles, and you can't hack without a peaceful candle going, in my opinion. So let's get our hacking candle lit up. Maybe. Come on. There we go. We got apples and acorns again tonight. Got our hacking candle ready to rock. Set it off to the side. Try not to start a fire on live stream. Might get more viewers that way. What up, J Money? Good to have you hanging out. We're going to do the grandpa box on HackTheBox, sir. So if you want to get it pulled up, I'll drop a link. If you want to follow along, we can hack this thing together. I just dropped the link in the Twitch chat. And for those of you watching, maybe this is your first time here, what probably sets my videos apart from other people is I do not prep ahead of time. So some of the videos I find helpful is when people prep everything, they've already done the steps, and they just make like a 20-minute walkthrough. It is helpful, but what I do is we do it live. So you get to watch me learn, you get to watch me stumble through it, you get to watch me make mistakes, you get to watch me get frustrated. And I've learned personally that I learn better when I'm able to watch someone really stumble their way through it and learn from their methodology. So hopefully you find this helpful. I do not claim to be anything close to an expert. Honestly, I'm a noob at all this, so I'm doing this because I want to learn. So as usual, if I do anything silly, anything inefficient, please let me know. I know in some of my past YouTube channels, some of you drop comments saying, hey, you can do it better that way. And I love it when you guys do that. So please, if there's a better way to do what I'm doing, let me know, correct me, and let's be on this journey and let's learn together. Now, let me go ahead and share my screen. Pull up OBS over here. Boom. Hopefully you guys can see my screen now. And so just a few things I've done, just to be transparent. I've added it to my Etsy host file, which if this is one of your first times doing this, this may be new to you. Well, first, I guess I launched the room on HackTheBox and connected to the OpenVPN. If you don't know how to do that, Google it. I'm not going to walk through that part of it. But what I did do is I gedit Etsy host, and what I like to do is take the IP of the machine we're hacking and I add it here. And the reason for that is you no longer have to remember the IP, because then you can just ping by the name there and it will resolve to the IP. Just a little trick that I've learned. And then the only other thing I did is I already ran nmap, and the way I did that is you run nmap -p dash means scan all the ports. If you only do -p, it only scans the top 1000 most common ports. -A means throw all the enumeration scripts at it. We specify our IP, -v is verbose mode, and then we just output it to nmap.txt. That takes just a few minutes, so I've already done that. And you can see the file there. So if we cat nmap.txt, the next thing I'm going to do is start taking my notes. I'm looking over at the chat. J Money said I'll be getting a 30 lab extension of PWK this Sunday. Sweet, man. I haven't even started my lab time. My lab time starts on, I think they told me October 3rd is when my lab time starts, and I have 90 days of lab time. And so when I do start the lab time, I won't be streaming as much because they told me I can't stream their labs. So but I might host some study sessions on Discord. I just won't be sharing my screen or anything, but just a way for everyone studying for this to stay accountable. But okay, here's what I also do. I take my notes in OneNote, and I've kind of changed the way I take my notes to make it a little more organized. So here's our main thing, grandpa.hackthebox. I don't really do anything with this main page, but I make subpages underneath it. So the first subpage I'm going to make is for nmap. And if we right click down here and make subpage, it will go underneath that, because then we can open it, close it out. And so we got nmap pulled up there. And then if we go to our nmap scan, let's just copy what might be interesting, which I'm going to start right here and scroll up. We just have port 80 open, it would appear. Well, I think we know what our attack vector is going to be. So let's go over here and let's drop our nmap scan in like that. And then normally what I do is if there's multiple ports, so let's say we had SSH and HTTP, then I'll make other subfolders for those different ports. So this one will be HTTP, but that's the only one we have open. we'll make that a sub page, but usually if it's SSH or whatever, every port that's open, I make a new sub page for, just so I remember to enumerate it. And then I would take the nmap results for that specific service that's running and just paste it there just for reference. And then I can easily look down and say, hey, what have I enumerated? What do I need to enumerate some more? And that's been helpful for me as I've been working on some of these different boxes. But let's see. All we have open is port 80. A few things that stand out to me right away is this Microsoft IIS. This is a really outdated version of it, 6.0. I think we're at like 11.0 now, or 10.0. It's somewhere up there. So I just know by looking at this, this is outdated. So one of the things I'm going to do is let's say to do list, and we'll check for vulnerabilities for IIS 6.0 since that is outdated. And just to separate our nmap scans from here. What up, Clam Security? Good to have you joining, hanging out with me tonight. We're working on the Grandpa box on HackTheBox, and I guess the other thing I should show you guys, I'm going off this list right here, which are OSCP boxes. I got this, I believe, from TJ Knoll's list. These are the HackTheBox boxes, so you can see the ones highlighted in green are the ones that I finished, and I'm just going back and forth. So I'll do a Linux box, then a Windows box, and a Linux box, and a Windows box, just to keep it fresh. And I did Nineveh already, and so we're doing the window box of Grandpa, which is why we're working on this. If you want that list, if you just Google TJ Knoll OSCP, I think you'll be able to find it on Google. Okay. So we jotted down, let's go to HTTP. So the first thing we jotted down is let's check vulnerabilities for that. Let's see what else we have here. HTTP methods, supported methods, options, trace, head, get, head, copy, prop, find, search, lock, unlock, delete, put. Now that might be interesting. The put HTTP method allows you to essentially upload stuff to a website. So possibly we can upload a shell, or if it's IIS, we'd upload a .aspx shell, if my memory serves me correct. We have all this stuff. We have our target name is Grandpa, without a D, I guess. Grandpa, NetBIOS domain name, Grandpa, DNS computer name. I wonder if there's any other like virtual hosts on this. I don't think so, but we might be able to dig into that. We can put that down if we don't find anything on here. And we have WebDAV, which I think can also be exploited. All right. And we could always, if it's a website here, we can also make sure we use dirbuster and scan for hidden directories. So kind of map out some of the things we're going to do. I think this will be useful when it comes to the OSCP. One is because there's always rabbit holes, is what I've heard. I've never taken the OSCP yet. I'm going to hopefully in 90 days take it and pass it. But then also just to keep things organized so we're not repeating our steps, since you have that 24-hour time frame. You want to stay organized and do your best not to fall into rabbit holes. So what I'm going to try to do is just make a to-do list on ports. And I always start with the most common ports that exploit, like HTTP, and move down from there. So let's first just check out this website, shall we? Oh, not holo.live. That's HackTheBox. Or let's try hack me. Grandpa.HackTheBox. Okay. Under construction. The site you are trying to view, see if I can zoom in a little bit, does not currently have a default page. It may be in the process of being upgraded and configured. Pre-try this again later. Okay. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and throw dirbuster at this beast. See if we have anything interesting. The only reason I like to use dirbuster is because I'm a noob and it gives me a GUI. Do that, go faster. And we'll go to user, share, wordless, dirbuster, medium is the one I always use. Everything else looks good. Start. Images. So we have images. I wonder if we're going to have anything else that pops up for us. I doubt images is going to bring us really anywhere. Directory listing denied. This virtual directory does not allow contents to be listed. And you know what, just for notes, let's go ahead and take a screenshot of this and we'll drop it in our notes. We'll call it that, the index right there. That's what the index looks like. We'll say .images. Doesn't allow us to really see anything, but we'll document that as well. Right, get in the process of taking notes, more notes than you need. You can always look back on them. Especially doing the OSCP, when you write your report, it's better to have more notes than not enough notes, right? You can always cut stuff out later. Well, while that does its thing, let's see if we have any vulnerabilities. All right, let's check these out. Some vulnerability research. Vulnerability leads to code execution. Well, that sounds promising. From 2017, Microsoft Internet Information Services is vulnerable to a 0-day buffer overflow vulnerability due to an improper validation of an if header in the prop find request, which we saw we have that. A remote attacker could exploit this vulnerability in the IIS web dev component with a crafted request using prop find method. Successful exploitation could result in denial of service condition, which we don't want, or arbitrary code execution in the context of the user running the application. So maybe www data. This vulnerability is exploited. What is web dev? Let's see if we can find a proof of concept on this beast. Oh, did I use this for something else? You know, now that I come to think of it, I think there was another box that had a similar thing like this. So this is a Python script, and we can see the buffer overflow here, sending the shellcode over here to overflow the buffer so we can run the commands. And then we're setting up a socket, so that's our reverse shell right there. We got our target IP and target port. Here's that prop find thing it told us about. And then they're sending the shellcode. Worth a shot, eh? Apparently I used this in the past, so maybe it works or maybe it doesn't work. Let's go ahead and just copy it. Jump back over here. Do we find anything else on our scan? No. Maybe there's nothing to find. We can let it run a little more, but I have a feeling it's not going to find anything. Let's go to HackTheBox Grandpa, not Granny. And gedit, we'll call it exploit.py. That's what I always call them. I should probably be more descriptive though, honestly. And so if we just run. Okay, so it's written in Python 2. That's kind of what I thought. So if we do Python 2 exploit.py, our target IP is, let's call this, oh, we don't need to call it anything. Our target IP 14. Target port is 80. Our reverse IP is our IP, and our reverse port will be 1337 because we are elite. I set my password wrong. We'll call this shell just in faith that it's going to work. So we have our exploit, target IP, target port, reverse shell IP, reverse shell port. We got a shell already, friends. Wait. Oh, so we're network service. Okay. Well, shoot. We're doing good. Let's copy that. And we'll just document that. What was that? In like 10 minutes, we got our initial shell. Killing it. So we use this exploit to get shell. And we'll drop a screenshot of our shell. There we go. And let's go ahead and make a new page. We'll call it shell. And let's start doing some manual enumeration of what we're going to be looking at. So a few things we can do. If we do system info, we can grab the system info here. You know, maybe I should just document this. Like, what should we try? What's our to-do list for privilege escalation? I'm going to say check with Windows exploit suggester.py. I think that's what it's called. This we're going to grab system info with. And that will show us if there's any possible kernel exploits that we can check. Remember, we're not allowed to use Metasploit. Or we can use Metasploit once on the OSCP. So even if there is an exploit in Metasploit, we're going to try to do everything manually without Metasploit. We can check our privileges, which I believe is who am I priv, like that. And we can also run winpeas.exe. Those are some of the things that we can do. So let's go ahead. We already have this copied. Let's jump. So this is our shell code, right? My machine's being really slow. Do we have terminal? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. It is freaking out now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're going to stop that. This is bugging out. That's what's causing my computer to freak out. Let's see if we can stop that. I'll come back to it if we need it. Okay. Shell code, shell, terminal here. What's this window? Nothing. Okay. Let's locate Windows exploit. And we'll just copy it from home. Kali, HackTheBox, Blackfield, Windows, to this current directory. There it is, and we'll run it. We have to do update to get the database created. Gedit systeminfo.txt. Paste our system info there. Oh, we're running Windows Server 2003. That is really outdated. We must be hacking a hospital. Let's see. Windows exploit suggester -I for system info. Oh, there we go. There's my old one when I did it. And we'll paste the database in. Drink of water. How's it going for you, J Money? Are you following along on this on your own? Or are you just watching? And anyone else joining me? Once again, we're doing the Grandpa Box, so feel free to follow along and ask questions as we go or point things out to me. Okay, so what Windows Exploit Suggester does for us is it takes the system info, compares it out to a database, and tells us here are some things that might be vulnerabilities. So we have this vulnerabilities in Windows kernel mode. Drivers could allow elevation of privileges. We can see if we can find anything on that. Oh, looks like I looked at this in the past too. MS, what was it called? MS 15051. Where's the .exe? Oh. Okay, let's copy link. Stupid Chrome. Freaking Chrome, I know what I'm doing. I'm an adult. Don't block my downloads on my Kali Linux machine. Oh, this is from when I was doing another machine earlier. Nineveh. Let's close all that out. Okay, save file. And let's pull this into our notes. We'll go down to right here. Copy selection. And the one we are working on is this one right here. So let's pull Kali back up. It's hard for me to do this with one screen because you guys are on my second screen. It's a lot easier when I have a second screen for all this. We'll keep that open and we'll just call this exploits. And we'll CP from home, Kali downloads. Do you guys see it? I am blind. Where's it at? Is it still downloading? Oh, shoot. Where did it go? Is it on? Save it. It's right there. We'll do it the non-hacker way and use the GUI then. Grandpa. There's Grandpa. Oh, because it's downloaded by freaking... Alright, let's just try it. I can't scroll. Oh, there it is. So it depends on our system type. We are working with our server 2003. Just go cat. Uniprocessor fee. Gotta put my hood on for real hacking. Oh, so we're x86. That sounds good to me. And where was my other page? I was walking us through how to use this. Was it on this screen? Which screen did I have it in? Here we go. Download the file and extract. Use that or that. In my case, I use this on a Windows 2008 target. So we execute the .exe. And then we type our machine IP. I mean, seems easy enough to do. So let's see if we can get it on this machine. We probably have a few different ways to transfer the file. What up, HunterBot? Good to have you hanging out with us. We're doing the Grandpa machine. Already got our low-level shell, and now we're doing vulnerability research just to get our privilege escalation. Got our low-level shell in like 10 minutes, so it's pretty good. Okay, let's rename ms15.051.exe because I think that'll work for sure. We'll just call it ms15.exe like that. Oh, not remove, shoot. What? Oh, I removed it. Gosh, I'm dumb. Just remake it. That's what I was trying to do. And now if we copy, let's do that. Let's go to our shell down here. What do we have that might be writable? Maybe whatever wmpub is. We have some log here. Yep, we can write to it. That's the correct syntax, right? Maybe cert util in 2003 is different. Well, that didn't work because there's no out file. That's what the other part of it's for. We could host it as an SMB server. Just have to Google how to do that. It's a built-in tool, yeah. Let's check this out. I think I bookmarked this actually. smbserver.py, and then we specify the share name, and then we can host an SMB server out. So let's go to here, and we'll do smbserver.py. You can see where I did it before. For Granny, we're gonna do Grandpa, like that. And if we go back to here, I think if we do net view, oh, I actually have my syntax correct. So we can see hacksmarter.disk right there. So then if we copy 10.10.14.18 hacksmarter like that, ms15.exe, does that work? And we'll copy it to see. I can't believe that worked. Okay. Now let's go back to the syntax for this exploit. So what do? We run the .exe and we just do that. Oh, we need net. Do we need netcat? I bet we do need netcat. Can I just transfer netcat? What happens if I just run it? I don't know what I'm doing. It's doing something. Let's see if we can get netcat, which I'm sure isn't on this machine, but we can transfer it to the machine. Okay. So if we copy and that should be in our path for our SMB server. So now if we go back to here and we do copy 10.10.14.18 hack smarter netcat.exe. So now we have netcat.exe there. So if we go back to the exploit, I'm just gonna pull up Notepad so we can type out the syntax so we get it right. So we are gonna be doing so we'll do ms15.exe, that's really big. And we'll do cwmpub netcat.exe and then RIP. Did I get that server path right? wmpub, right? wmpub netcat.exe, RIP is 10.10.14.18, and we'll do port 1338 because we already used port 1337. Set up our listener. That didn't work. Oh, do I need to put in quotes? Is it gonna work? Drum roll. It's trying to make a connection. I may have just killed the shell. I think we killed our shell, ladies and gentlemen. I have a different idea. I thought I did a machine. 2003. There's a specific exploit for this. Apparently isn't this one. Let's set this back up. Hopefully we don't have to restart our box completely. Shoot. Yep, we killed it. All right. Let's restart our box real quick. Maybe we'll take a 5-minute break while it's restarting. And we can look at some of the other vulnerabilities that we might have. Waiting for it to terminate. While it does that, we can look up like what interesting exploits do we have? Eternal Romance. We don't have SMB open. I mean, there's a lot. All right, spawn machine. Our machine spawning back up. We could try running WinPs as well. I don't remember if I have WinPs on here. I think I do. Let's, you know, maybe the machine this is like is the grandma machine. Yeah, I think this is very similar to this machine. What did I do over here? Ah. So this is also a 2003 server. This is what I was thinking of. I thought this seemed familiar. We have this Tarasco exploit. Set E impersonate privilege 2003. So let's check out our privileges then. Maybe grandpa is similar to grandma or whatever the heck the other machine is. Get our listener set up. Send over our buffer overflow. Boom. Come on, catch the shell. Thank you. And if we say, who am I? Whoops, I'm typing in the Twitch chat. Who am I? Priv. What did I say in my note for grandma? Impersonate privilege is enabled on 2003 server. Usually that's like a potato attack or token type stuff. Impersonate privilege, it is enabled. So I bet if I go over here and if I copy from home, Cali, HackTheBox, grandma, what? Oh, granny. No, granny. We have churrasco.exe right there. And I believe it'll be very similar to the other command we were trying where we run churrasco.exe and netcat.exe to try to establish a shell. We have SMB server still running, so that should be fine. How do we spell that? Churrasco.exe. Let's see if we can get that. So if we do copy from our IP on our SMB server running, hack smarter, churrasco.exe. Oh, let's go to the other folder. And now we will do copy 10.10.14.18 hack smarter churrasco.exe. And let's go ahead and copy netcat. Like that. And if we just try to run churrasco, does it tell us the syntax? So churrasco.exe-d and then the command to run. So let's go ahead and get netcat mvlp 1338 running over there. Go to our shell over here and let's do churrasco.exe-d and then we will run cwmpub netcat.exe 10.10.14.18 and 1338. I think that is the correct syntax for netcat. Please don't break this time. Come on. Pretty sure you can fire this with Metasploit in like a minute, but we're not using Metasploit. How did I do it here? Oh, I need to do .e.cmd.exe. I'm stupid. You need to actually send it a shell, right? We made the connection, but we didn't send a shell over. That was our issue there. Okay. Probably gonna break. Did it break over here? If I have to restart this again, it's gonna drive me crazy. Hey! New mistake there, ladies and gentlemen. Got too excited. I see the syntax again. Oh wait, port. I think that's the correct syntax. Let's double check my notes from the grandma box, wherever the heck it was. Yep. Fingers crossed. Boom. We are authority system. And cd documents and settings. Dir cd Harry. We can grab the user flag first. There's our user flag. Pull up HackTheBox over here. I'm going to say, maybe not too easy. I mean, initial access is pretty easy. I got that right away. And there's our root flag. Whoops. Copy that. Go over here. Submit a flag. Boom. What up, Grandpa? You been pwned, bruh. Good deal. All right, let's document some of what we did. So if we go over to Grandpa here and in our shell, it was running Windows Server 2003. We do who am I priv, if set do we have the syntax? Yep. There was the syntax. All right, Grandpa is in the bag, y'all. Let's go up to our OSCP boxes. We'll take that table, shading. Grandpa is done.